Okay, so it's Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday, not Monday. I thought it was Monday. I thought it was a work day. I get a day off. Ah. So I've landed. I drove. But I'm in Estepona, the Malaga region, but I'm in a different place. I was in Estepona a few weeks ago at a place called Forest Hills, and it was really close to Estepona. This one is far away. I'm staying at a Marriott property, and it's just gorgeous. Really well done. The room is really, really nice. It's small for my tastes. I mean, it's not a small hotel room, it's an average size hotel room, but the singles, and traveling alone, I can't get a two-bedroom. It's just a waste of space, really. But the singles has like a king-size bed, and it has a little mini kitchenette with a microwave and a refrigerator. I'm not going to use that microwave. They have a grill outside, so I'm going to go try to figure out how to grill eggs. Okay, I'm not going to grill eggs. I will boil my eggs. I'm going to figure this out. Anyway, beautiful property. Um, Location is gorgeous. I'm right on the sea. It's in the middle of nowhere. So this one is called the Marriott Playa Andaluza, and it's like, they have the Spanish coast obviously is huge, and they have lovely cities all along the coast, but then they have the places in between the lovely cities. This place is in between the cities, and the result is a whole lot of resorts in one area, a whole lot of resorts and yeah, resorts are basically all resorts. Okay, so a whole lot of resorts all in one area, and the beach, and the resorts luckily are self-contained. So like this Marriott has, exercise room and classes for exercise. They've got 3 pools. They've got um, a miniature golf thing. Not that I'm going to do any of that. I would go in the pool, but I'm not going to go miniature golfing. It's just not my thing. Um, anyway, but I have a car, which is fine because Marbella is not far away, so I can go there. If I want to go visit Estepona, I can. So, or if I want to go on a longer trip, I can go any of the number of places that are around here. I can take a trip into Granada. I can go into the city of Malaga. Lots of things I can do. Lots of things. So, which I will do after I recover from my cold. So, on Friday night, I went to Sevilla, and I missed the last train back to Jerez. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't for any sexy reason that I missed the trip back to Jerez. I wish it was because I was being entertained by some handsome Spaniard and I just couldn't pull myself away. That would be so cool. But no, it was because I could not get my bearings in the city of Sevilla. Sevilla is a gorgeous city, beautiful, very sophisticated, very, very, very different than Jerez de la Frontera. And, the cities here are very round, like most European cities. There's like a peripherique that goes around, like a main road that goes around the city. And then all the cities inside, and there are these wonderful, fantastic winding roads. Well, after being in Jerez, which is it's a city, but it's a relatively small city, and it's totally not touristy. Like, people in Jerez don't speak English. It's a bustling city, but it is not a touristy place. So when you're there, you feel like you are in Spain. When I got to Sevilla, total tourist trap, with people standing outside restaurants trying to get you to come in. I hate that shit. when I travel, like, I really like to visit a touristy place. Rarely. Rarely. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that Sevilla has a lot to offer. It's Sevilla. It's a real city. It's a great city. However, I'm gonna want to spend very little time there, and I have to be in the right mood. I just can't take all the haggling and the all the people. I can't take that. And I'm here for months. It's not like I'm here for a week, and I have to see it all. That's not how I'm here. It's not how I'm traveling. So, anyway, so I got to Sevilla, and it was way overwhelming, and I started going into shutdown mode. I couldn't focus, and I was really, really feeling stuck, and I was feeling bad, and then I wanted to get the fuck out. After I'd been there for an hour, I just wanted to go. And so I had to wait for my train. It wasn't a problem. I walked around the city. I saw lots of stuff. It was great. But then when I was like trying to get back to the train, and this never happens to me. I always, always have an excellent sense of direction. And I use my map. I can find my place, myself, find my way anywhere. Except for whatever reason in the map, it kept giving me different locations. So I put in the Santa Justa train station, and I swear it took me over an hour to get back to the train station, which was probably only about 20 minutes away from me, and I missed the train. So that's how I ended up missing the train. So, and gosh, I'm sick. I'm sorry, I have to blow my nose. Excuse me. Oh, I should turn the volume down on the mic. Okay, volume's back up. I hope you did not have to hear me blowing my nose, which is full of snot. I'm sorry, but I haven't been this sick in ages. Like, it's weird. It's just that when I come to Europe, I tend to burn the candle at both ends. I stay out later. I'm active. I'm so active when I'm in Europe because there's so much to do, just kind of like in daily life, like you get out of your house and you get out of the office, out of the house, out of the office. And, oh, sorry, my nose. And I find myself doing a lot more stuff. When I'm back in Los Angeles or in Long Beach, I tend to be in the house more. Like, I'll spend days in the house, but here I go out every single day, and I think and with all the change that's going on, and moving apartments also, my immune system has just kind of plummeted. And of course, I'm processing so much. Like, even though I'm really happy here, like really happy, like unbelievably happy, there's still a lot of my shadow that comes up that wants to be processed. Like Keisha, my inner child, she's really talking to me very clearly about the things that frightened her. She's not hiding like she used to. And I've brought up my golem, that dark part of me. And the golem is being integrated, so there's no more holding down the fear. I'm able to see my dark side very, very clearly. And the result is that I'm processing a lot. And so I'm a little bit, I get sick. Especially like the last week and a half, I've been feeling run down. And so because I missed the train in Sevilla, I had to get a hotel, and all the hotels were booked solid. And so I had to hop on Orbitz. Thank God for Orbitz. If you don't know about Orbitz, they have, so you go to a hotel and they say the rooms are full, but they always hold back some rooms for an online site. I'm sure it's not just Orbitz, it's anything. But Orbitz always is able to hook me up with great hotels and get me in there for cheap, and they'll do it at the last minute. So I got on Orbitz. I went to the hotel that I wanted to go to. It's right across from the train station, so I wouldn't get lost. I've never been fucking lost. I've been in Nepal. I've been in everywhere. I've never been lost. And on Friday I was lost and I was freaking out, man, because I knew I was missing my train. That was hard. um, so anyway, yeah, right. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I forgot my train of thought. Foggy head. So, right. Oh, the hotel. Orbitz got me into the hotel I wanted for relatively cheap. Not so cheap, but it was okay. And so I didn't get into my hotel room until like midnight. And then I had to get up to take the first train. And so then I had to it was just all of the change that was going on, trying to get missing my train. That's when it started because it stressed me out. As much as I wanted to be cool about it, I was very irritated with myself for missing my train. I did not like it. I have missed airplanes before. I've probably missed planes 4 or 5 times in my life. I know there are people who are like, I've never missed a plane. I've missed planes, and that's a shitty feeling. And it does weird stuff to me. So missing my train kind of brought up all the missing the plane stuff. It's so bad. It's such a bad feeling. I missed planes when I was in the airport already, by the way, just because I was totally distracted. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm telling off on myself right now. So anyway, so I missed my train. Then I had to find the hotel, scrambling to find a hotel. I was exhausted, didn't want to be in Sevilla. And then I got in my hotel room. That was fine. I went to bed, but I only slept for maybe 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. And then I woke up. That was fine. But then I had to get back to the train station. Found out that the early train that I wanted didn't stop at the Jerez airport. So I had to wait for a later train. And the thing is, it was moving day. So I wanted to be out of my hotel or out of the house where I was staying. I wanted to be out of that house by 10 o'clock. But that was not going to happen. And so I knew that I was going to have to adjust. And I knew that the owners weren't going to be mad. It's just that, that part of me that wanted to control my situation and wanted to control my own way of being was being very challenged. And, this happens to us all the time. Like we get challenged in things and we adjust. But part of my job is to understand my feelings in any given moment. So, I could suppress my feelings, which was my old way of doing things. But I'm not suppressing my feelings. I'm feeling them. So when I feel scared, I allow myself to feel the fear. And, this thing, it can really take its toll. And it's supposed to take its toll in the beginning until, you kind of get yourself clear of certain reservations and you start trusting. Basically, that's what it comes down to. Trusting the universe and trusting that at any given moment you're actually safe, that you're okay, that God's got your back, that the angels are supporting you, and everything's going to work out. That is all we need to know at any given moment. But of course, the egoic mind has all sorts of stories that it's telling, and we listen and we follow the ego and we get caught up in it. And I'm not above that, even though I manage my ego very well. The last several days have been really challenging with that. And anyway, so I got the right train. I got to the airport, and then I rented the car from the airport, drove back to the house, packed up the house, which takes usually about 2 hours to pack up all my food, to pack up all my clothing, to make sure I've gotten everything. And then I hopped in the car, said goodbye to the lovely neighbor and her beautiful little dog. She had the sweetest little dog. Just love that dog. Oh my God. I meet the best dogs wherever I go. And yeah, so packed up the stuff, got in the car, said goodbye to the neighbor, and then drove here. It should have taken an hour and a half. It ended up taking me about 2.5 hours because number one, I made a stop. Just fucking beautiful country, man. I couldn't not stop. I just couldn't. It was gorgeous. I just love the land here. It's phenomenal. I get it. Beautiful. So made a stop, and then I got lost again because there were so many little winding turns to get to this particular resort. It was just hard. So I spent an extra 30 minutes driving around just trying to get to this resort. And then on top of it all, my map went offline at a crucial time, and I went way the fuck down the highway and ended up paying an extra toll that I didn't need to pay. That shit pisses me off, man, because I was just tooling along, waiting for the map, and then I looked down and written in really small letters, it says, offline. I'm like, oh, fuck. So luckily I travel with um, two maps so that if one goes down or if I lose, I don't know, something. When something goes wrong with one, I've got a backup system. So the backup system worked to get me back on track, which was a blessing. Anyway, I got here and then I had all my shit to carry. Oh, no, I got here, I got checked in. And then after I got checked in, I decided that I was going to go to the grocery store and then carry all my groceries and my stuff up to my hotel, up to my room, all at the same time. So I got to the grocery store. It was full of people. Um, oh my God. So this is the thing. When I travel to touristy places and I'm traveling at a touristy time, like during the summer, this is not my thing. I don't travel during the summer, like, to touristy places. If I do, I'm going to go do some, if I travel during the summer, I'm going to go stay away from the tourist traps, right? But timeshares are right in the middle of total tourist land. So I'm in the middle of this resort. There are a couple of grocery stores here. I go to the grocery store. It's filled with Eastern Europeans, Brits, not a Spaniard in there, maybe a few Spaniards, but they're grumpy. Tourists are fucking grumpy. Spaniards are not grumpy. Spaniards are polite when they're in the store. They aren't stressed out. They relax, They take their time. They might be in a bit of a hurry, but they aren't going to be rude. Except that one chick was rude. There was one old lady who was rude. She wasn't rude. She was just aggressive. And she was a little senile. And she was missing some teeth. She had some gaps. And I'm like, all right, I'm tolerating you right now. And so, anyway, so the grocery store was filled up with people. And not a cute guy in the spot. Not a cute man in there. Damn it. Actually, that's not true. There were some cuties. Anyway, sorry. Oh, my head has got me. This cold has got my head not focused. So, get all my groceries. And people are aggressive, they're trying to push in front of you to get to the front of the line, like just weird shit. It's so different after being in Jerez where everything's laid back. People are warm and warm in Jerez. People are warm in the smaller cities. Bigger cities, they get a lot less warm. And then you go to a touristy place and there is no fucking warmth, Ugh. So I get all my groceries, and then I lug all my groceries and all my bags of stuff up to my room. And it's a long haul. It's long. And I'm tired and I'm worn out. I've got this cold. I'm sick. I'm sneezing every 3 minutes. I'm literally sneezing and having to blow my nose. My body feels run down. It's been a long ass journey. And I get to my room and the kitchen is this small. And I'm accustomed to having a full-blown kitchen in my timeshares because that's what I order. But at this Marriott, it's really an upscale place. And I understand. I think I paid $170 for the week, a whole week in this place. That's not a lot of money. um, and it is a five-star resort. And it is, granted, it's the size of a hotel room. It's just that I'm accustomed to having a larger space. So I freaked out when there was no kitchen because I had all my groceries, you know. So I've got fruits and vegetables over there on the nightstand. I've got the little refrigerator full of wine, beer, veg, and some meat. But I've got no hot plate on which to cook my meat. But I do have a grill outside. They're like, you can use the grill. Because I had to go back. I'm like, can I get an upgrade? I will pay for an upgrade. But they're like, we're full. It's all sold out. I'm like, ah, shit. And yes, so that's what I did. That's been my trip for the last 3 days. And so now I'm in my hotel room. Bed is nice and comfortable. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful space. It's just small. And I'm going to have to figure out how to cook my eggs. If anybody has any ideas, hit me up. Okay, that's it for now. It's been a long video and it's been funny. And my nose is running. I gotta blow my nose. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. And I look forward to catching up with you later. All right. Bye for now.